Even those, oh my gosh. Even those, hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing an Aldi grocery haul with you guys. I stocked up on a lot of my favorites from there today and also had some new finds that I'm excited to share with you guys. I'll be giving the WeightWatchers points as well as the nutrition labels on the screen and just talking about how I incorporate these different foods to stay on track with my weight loss and maintenance journey. If you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's jump right in with produce. Starting out with some of the usual things that we get. So we've always got to get some bananas. I say it every time, for protein shakes, for bowls of cereal. Adam just brings a plain one to work and they're just a nice, more filling 0 point fruit. So we always grab some of these, even if we still have some left, which I think we're actually out right now. Okay, I have said this in every single grocery haul for the summer so far that I'm not going to keep buying zucchini because we should have zucchini from our garden, and it has been so unsuccessful when it comes to zucchini this year. I did buy more from the store today. Unfortunately, we just have not had many from the garden. We've only had a couple, and I think part of it's the heat. I think part of it hasn't been as pollinated because of the screens, even though I open them during the day. But I've heard from a few other people actually that they have not had success with their zucchini this year either. I don't know what's going on, but I did buy some today, so that'll be for veggie mix. And a lot of times I like to use it as a vegetable in pasta dishes because it goes with anything and it's easy to just chop up and cook with the sauce or whatever. So even though the zucchini hasn't been successful this year, I have had a really good amount of tomatoes and jalapeno peppers, and because of it I got some cilantro today because I'm gonna make some fresh pico de gallo. I've still got some onion in the fridge, I've got lime juice, so all I need to add is the tomato and the jalapeno from the garden and then this chopped up cilantro. And I probably won't use this whole thing, so maybe I'll do a small batch of corn salsa too, because I could just do like a can of corn with like half of this and then some red onion, and then we could do like chipotle bowls at home. I grabbed some bell peppers. These are just for veggie mix, or they're another vegetable that I feel like just goes with so many different meals, whether it's a pasta dish or like a Chinese takeout, Asian style dish, or even pizza, breakfast, like eggs or hash brown skillets. It just goes with so many different things. So I get this to make veggie mix, but also mix into a lot of different meals. I have been on such a mango kick lately, and it's actually been really good just pre-sliced like this. Mango is something that I always buy pre-sliced. It's just worth it because it's kind of a pain to cut up in my opinion and to peel and stuff. I bought this and it'll just be a nice sweet treat after I finish my breakfast or my lunch and I'm craving something sweet. It's 0 points, and when it's nice and ripe like this, it really is even more satisfying. Another fruit I really enjoy like that is grapes. So I'll have this after breakfast, after lunch, or even make a snack plate with them. And they're 0 points. They're nice and juicy and just, again, satisfy my sweet tooth when I'm craving something after I finish a meal. We grabbed some mandarin oranges, which I actually don't eat these that often, but Adam really likes to pack them for work. I swear I burned myself out of them when I used to play volleyball, and it was just always a snack or a fruit that we had because it was easy to pack with us and have. So I just never really crave them, I feel like, but he likes to take them to work and he'll just take a couple, and they're a nice sweet 0 point snack for him. I did grab some Cosmic Crisp apples. So I have an apple every single day after dinner, and these are my favorite type lately. I keep looking at the Honey Crisp, but they still just look so big that I just don't even think they're that good right now. I'll keep an eye on that, and it's almost time for apple picking season, which I'm really excited about. But got these 0 points, and I just have them after dinner to make me a little bit more full before dessert and help me hit my fiber goal for the day, and I just really enjoy them, honestly. I grabbed some mushrooms. I'll probably use these for maybe pizzas and then also like a pasta or something. Actually, I did use them for stir fry the other week and they were really good, so maybe I'll do that again, but usually I'll use it for 2 different meals, this container like this. I grabbed a cucumber, which I'm actually going to use for dinner tonight. We're making some ahi tuna bowls. I thought that this would make it a little more refreshing. I might add some like seaweed paper in to make it kind of like a sushi bowl, and I feel like I always just need cucumber whenever it's like a sushi inspired recipe. 0 points, and we'll probably use this up for that. A couple things from the freezer. I always grab a bag of these because I go through them so frequently, but this is just mixed vegetables. It's got corn, peas, carrots, and green beans, and I really like to use it for fried rice and ramen noodle soup. I feel like that's what I use it for the most. It is great for a bunch of other options, but that's just what I like to use it for. So I always grab a bag or 2 of these. Then I've really been enjoying fruit smoothies lately, specifically because we went to Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and I really like the one that's actually similar to the Aloha pineapple from Jamba Juice. So it's pineapple, strawberry, and banana. Because of it, I've been going through a lot more frozen pineapple lately. Usually I just use a fresh banana, and then I've actually got a big bag of frozen strawberries in the fridge. I just needed more pineapple, and this was a nice big bag of it. It is 0 points. Technically, you're supposed to track blended fruit on WeightWatchers, but I never do because I find that the smoothies end up being pretty filling. So I just got more of this for mostly smoothies. I've never tried the pineapple in a yogurt bowl, but that might also be really good. And then another freezer item that I got this last time and really enjoyed it. It's nice that there's just so much in here. It's a nice big bag, so I was able to get, I think, 4 servings out of the meal that I made. But it's just an Asian stir-fry mix. It does come with a sauce. I think I ended up using the sauce last time and it adds like a point per serving, but you could also just use your own sauce if you wanted to. It's 45 calories for a cup of it, and it's got 2 grams of fiber, 2 grams of protein. That is with the sauce included. But for the vegetables in here, it's got like broccoli, carrots, corn, peppers, pea pods. So I'm excited for this. It makes a nice quick and easy meal out of the freezer, but still packed with lots of veggies. I'll just add a protein to it and then either like rice or sesame noodles. Adam grabbed these. I cannot have them. They're the Atomic Spicy Pickles. 0 points on WeightWatchers and just very spicy. I like their other type they have, which just is the regular one, but we've still got some regular pickles in the fridge, so we didn't need them this time. But Adam likes to add this to his like buffalo chicken wraps or sandwiches if we make them, or burgers, or sometimes he'll just snack on them. I did grab some tomato sauce. I like these cans because they're a little bit smaller than the ones I get from Trader Joe's. If you guys have been following me, you know that I always mention the Trader Joe's tomato sauce has just become my favorite out of all the different brands we've tried. But I haven't had any issues with this one. I have been enjoying it, and I like that it's not the same size. It's usually the perfect amount to make like 2 pizzas or just like 2 portions of pasta. I got these cans for that. 0 points on WeightWatchers. Okay, then moving on to some proteins that I got today. So first up, we've got some 93% lean ground beef. This is 0 points on WeightWatchers now. For the serving of 4 ounces, it's 170 calories and it's got 23 grams of protein. And I'm probably gonna make some smash burgers with this. Usually I'll do like smaller patties, so like 2-ounce patties, and then we'll do like 2 per burger. But I'll just season the meat and then cook it up on my griddle, and then we've got a quick and easy dinner. And these are 0 points, so I always still have it on a bun or something, and I'll dress it up maybe with some like lettuce, pickles, maybe I'll add cheese or bacon or whatever I have on hand. And then sometimes I'll have leftovers, and it's really good for a burger bowl. Then I did get 2 pounds of lean ground chicken. This is also 0 points on WeightWatchers. For the serving of 4 ounces, it's 150 calories and 20 grams of protein. And with this, I'll probably make a big batch of taco meat. I just always have some of that in the fridge because it's so easy to make different meals with, especially when I have a lot of different vegetables. And if I'm going to be making the salsas, I really want to have some type of protein to have with that if I make like nachos or like a chipotle bowl. So with this, I'll just add 2 packets of taco seasoning, cook it all up together, and then store it in the fridge. Every time we go to Aldi, we grab the Crocus ham because I feel like it's just the cheapest price we can find for it. For the serving of 2 slices, it's a point on WeightWatchers. Sometimes if I don't want to use a point, I'll just have 1 slice on like a breakfast sandwich or something, but 2 slices is 50 calories, 1 gram of fat, and 11 grams of protein. I really don't like ham that much, but I really like Crocus ham. It's got a nice saltiness to it, and I really like it for like breakfast sandwiches, or if I make like a lunch meat sandwich, I'll do a couple slices of this as well. Then Aldi also has one of my favorite bacons out of just like the different brands we buy. This is just Appleton Farms, which is just like the Aldi brand, but for 2 slices, it's 2 points on WeightWatchers of this center cut bacon. It's 50 calories, 4 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein for that. Usually I'll just cook this all up at once in the oven and then have it in an airtight container in the fridge to add to different wraps, sandwiches, burgers, bowls, all that stuff. Even breakfasts, it's really nice when there's bacon made, and if I just want to like scramble up a couple eggs and cut up a piece or 2 of bacon in there, it's already cooked and ready. And when I heat it up with the eggs, it tastes like I just made it. This is something that I always grab. And then this was something new that I don't think we've tried this flavor before. They are chicken sausages, and they look more similar to the Belinsky brand that I really like, where there's not a skin on them, and they're just higher in protein, lower in points. These are only 2 points per link. They're barbecue seasoned. For 1 link, it's 90 calories. It's got 2.5 grams of fat, 3 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and 13 grams of protein in that serving. I don't know exactly what we're gonna use these for. They might even just be good on buns, but a lot of the times with chicken sausage, I like to add them to pasta. So maybe I could do some type of like barbecue pasta. I haven't really done that before, so we'll see how they are, but I'm excited to try them out, especially for only 2 points and 13 grams of protein. We got some of this rotisserie style pulled chicken, which is so good for chicken salad, but also it's really good for buffalo chicken dip. It has a lot of seasoning already in it, it, so it does make the buffalo chicken dip taste a little more savory and kind of different than normal, but still really good. It's really flavorful. And then if I make it into chicken salad, I'll just add some Greek yogurt, light mayo, and then vegetables. Usually I'll do like an onion or pepper, and then it makes a nice big batch. It's high in protein, 0 points on Weight Watchers for just the chicken. And for the serving of 3 ounces, it's 110 calories and 20 grams of protein. Then some dairy that I got today. I knew I needed some Laughing Cow wedges. They didn't have the garlic herb, which I wanted today, but they had the creamy original. And technically these are actually 2 points on Weight Watchers. Usually the light ones I get are 1, but not a big deal. They're 45 calories for one, 3.5 grams of fat, and 2 grams of protein. I use these mostly for pasta, but also as like a spread on bagels if I make like 2 ingredient dough bagels. Or sometimes I like a cream cheese spread on a sandwich, and I'll use it for that. That's where I like the flavored ones better. They've got pepper jack and garlic herb, but the creamy original will be good, especially for pasta, which is the main thing I'm going to be using this for. I grabbed some yogurt today, so these are just the vanilla Greek yogurts they have. You get 4 of them, and for 1 container, it's 2 points on Weight Watchers. It's got 80 calories, 2 grams of fat, 4 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and 12 grams of protein. And these are just the yogurts I like to use for my dessert yogurt bowls. I'll heat up some fruit or use fresh blueberries or make some cinnamon apples or something, and then use one of these containers. I'll usually top it with some type of cereal or granola, just like 2 points worth to give it a nice crunch. And then it makes a really satisfying dessert that is filling and helps me to hit my protein goals. Like I said, it's got 12 grams in 1 container. I prefer the vanilla one. They do have strawberry, but I don't usually like strawberry yogurt, so I haven't even tried that one, but I really like this one. Then we needed some shredded cheeses. This is their mozzarella, and it's actually 3 points for the serving of a 1/4 cup, so kind of similar to Trader Joe's. It's just a point more for the serving. It's got 80 calories, 6 grams of fat, 2 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 6 grams of protein. And I really like to use this for pizzas, for pasta, even like eggs. The mozzarella really goes well with anything. And actually, same with the Mexican style. So this one is 4 points on Weight Watchers for the serving of a 1/4 cup. It's got 90 calories, 6 grams of fat, 2 carbs, and 7 grams of protein in that serving. And it's something, again, that I use for pizzas, for anything that I want to like melt some cheese in, whether it's like eggs or pasta and tacos, all those things. And then I wanted some grated Parmesan cheese, but it's always better when you just get the brick like this and shred it yourself. So I just grabbed this. It's just Parmesan. It's 110 calories for the serving of 1 ounce, 7 grams of fat, and then it's got 10 grams of protein in that serving. And for that serving on Weight Watchers, it is 3 points. I mostly use this for pasta, but it's also really good on vegetables or potatoes or even croutons lately. I've been putting a little bit of Parmesan cheese, so I'll be using this for a lot of different things. Then we needed some more milk, and we aren't going to be buying Fairlife anymore, so we did get this lactose-free Friendly Farms. It's the Aldi brand, and pretty much the exact same as Fairlife when it comes to points and nutrition information. For the serving of a cup, it's 2 points on Weight Watchers. It's 90 calories, 12 carbs, 12 grams of sugar, and 9 grams of protein. And I use this mostly for protein shakes and bowls of cereal, and this is specifically the fat-free. I accidentally grabbed the 2%, which is 5 points for the cup, and then realized that they had the fat-free. So got this for a bunch of different things. Even if I make like a cheese sauce for mac and cheese, this is the type of milk that I like to use. This one I've seen there pretty much every time we've gone, and I always just look at it, but we haven't tried it. And I think there's one similar at Trader Joe's too. But this is a dip, and it's fried pickle and ranch. It's 50 calories for 2 tablespoons. It's got 4 grams of fat, 2 carbs, and 1 gram of sugar and 1 gram of protein. And I just thought that this would actually be really good in a burger bowl or like spread on a burger even. I feel like the fried pickle and ranch will be good, but it might even just be good with cucumbers or carrots or something dipped in it as like a ranch dip. Maybe we'll actually save this for the end of the video and we'll try it, but let's finish up with the rest of this stuff we've got here. First, I'm gonna do some of the bread items we got. These I got for the first time last time, and I really enjoyed them. They're only 1 point per pita. They're whole wheat with flax and oat bran, and only 70 calories and 1 point for one. They have 1 gram of fat, 11 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, and 6 grams of protein. So it is nice that they have a little extra fiber and protein in them, and they work really well just with things spread on them. You could put tomato sauce, add pepperoni, cheese, make a little pizza. I've also used them for tuna melts and even PB&Js. They're really good. And the fact that they're only 1 point for one and 2 points for two, you could do like 2 of them and make a sandwich, but I usually prefer to just make them like an open face and spread some stuff on them. I even did one where I spread tzatziki and added chicken, feta, peppers, and cucumbers, and it was so good, so filling. And again, only 1 point for one. We needed some more tortillas, and these are my favorite. They are the El Milagro corn tortillas. For the serving of 2 of them, it's 3 points on WeightWatchers. You can have 1 for 1 point, but for 2, it's 100 calories, 1.5 grams of fat. It's got 21 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 3 grams of protein in that serving. And I'll usually just heat them up in a pan on the stove, or if I have my griddle out, I'll just heat up a bunch at once. And then they work really well as a nice authentic corn tortilla for tacos. I've made them into quesadillas. I've also cut them up and air fried them into tortilla chips, and they are so good. They get so crunchy, and I like that I can add my own salt to them. But these are really good. Definitely my favorite corn tortilla brand. Then these are something new that we haven't tried before. First of all, I thought the size of them was pretty big for 2 points. They are protein tortillas. I don't know if they're similar to like La Banderitas or more like Extreme Wellness, because they are kind of dark, and the La Banderitas are super light in color. But for one of these, it's got 120 calories, 3 grams of fat, 17 carbs, 10 grams of fiber, and 12 grams of protein. They are higher in fiber too, which is nice. It'll make them more filling, and I like that they're a nice bigger size. Usually I'll add some like hummus, chicken, maybe some veggie mix, and then just wrap them up and pop them in the air fryer. But there's so many different things you can do with these. We were actually talking about maybe making Reuben wraps with them. I'm excited to try these out. I think for 2 points, it's not bad. I just hope they don't have a weird taste or texture to them, but we'll see how they are. Okay, a couple random things I grabbed. I needed some more onion powder. This is just something I use for a lot of different recipes that adds some good flavor. I was also so excited to see a big container of this garlic salt. One of my favorite products from Aldi. It's their garlic salt with parsley. This is like the perfect size. Like the crystals are so good on top of like 2 ingredient dough if I make calzones or something, or even when I make the like Hawaiian sandwiches where I use like Hawaiian rolls with ham and Swiss, and then I put a little butter, not super low point option, but I put a little butter on top and then this, and it is so good. I also mix it into like tomato sauce for pizzas and different like pasta recipes, but this is just one of my favorite products from Aldi. I grabbed some bone broth, which is a nice higher protein option. For the serving of a cup, which there's 4 servings in here, it's a point on WeightWatchers. It's got 40 calories, 1 carb, 1 gram of sugar, and 9 grams of protein. And a lot of the time I like to just use this to make ramen soup or anything else I need a broth for. Even when I make chili now, I've kind of made the swap to this instead of regular chicken broth, and that way it just adds a little extra protein to it. This is just the chicken bone broth. They also had, I think, a beef one, but that's what I got today. Okay, some of these freezer items, I'm excited to try this. It is kind of like truffer, I guess. So I got some dark chocolate covered strawberries and some dark chocolate covered bananas with peanut butter. Very similar. It seems like there's a lot of servings in here. There's 5 servings of 5 pieces, so 25 strawberries. I don't know how that's actually in this box. I'm curious to see. But for the serving of 5 pieces, it's 4 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 70 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 9 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 8 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. And then for the bananas, for 2 pieces, which is the same as true fruit, it's 100 calories, 6 grams of fat, 10 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 7 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. I do like that they're just in these small boxes, but I'm gonna have to see how they are size-wise and if it's worth the points. We got these too for the first time. So we get these every single time we go to Trader Joe's, and they're just steamed chicken soup dumplings. When we get them at Trader Joe's, they're 7 points for the box. These are 6 points, so it's just a point a piece. And this is what they look like. They've got some broth in them, so you need to be careful when you bite into them. They are 6 points, like I said, 240 calories, 5 grams of fat, 28 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 3 grams of sugar, and 18 grams of protein, which I need to double check what they are at Trader Joe's. That seems higher, but it's a good amount of protein for what it is. And this is one of our favorite sides when we do like fried rice or any like Chinese takeout at home. It's nice to have these because it kind of tastes like the appetizers you can get when you go out, but it's lower in points, and you just pop them in the microwave to heat them up. Then speaking of that, we also got these chicken egg rolls, which these were actually in the refrigerated section when we walked in. They are made with white meat chicken, cabbage, carrot, and onion. And they're 4 points per egg roll, kind of higher, but they're also really big egg rolls. I don't think we'll use them all at once, and I'm wondering maybe we could just freeze the extras. But for the serving of 1 piece, it's 140 calories, 5 grams of fat, 18 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugar, and 6 grams of protein. These will be just another option that helps us to satisfy those cravings at home instead of getting takeout egg rolls where we don't know how much oil goes into them and stuff. And these are just 4 points a piece. We just pop them in the air fryer to heat them up, and they still satisfy that craving. Okay, I told Adam he needed to try this. So this was also in the freezer section. It's Tyson lightly breaded hot honey boneless chicken. I'm hoping it's not too spicy because I want to try it too. But for the serving of 3 ounces, it's 5 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 180 calories, 8 grams of fat, 10 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and 17 grams of protein. And I was thinking this would be really good, honestly, just as a wrap or of course in a bowl. Even with like fried rice or stir fry veggies, I think that this chicken would be pretty good, but we're gonna have to try it out and see how it is. It looks like it's more breaded than lightly. I get so confused with the Tyson chicken because sometimes we get lightly breaded and I feel like it has like nothing, and then other times we get it and it's like more like how this picture looks. So I'm curious to see how they are, but it's something different. I haven't seen these before. I needed some more of this buttermilk pancake mix. Usually what I do is I just make the entire thing at once, and I'll link one of my Sunday reset videos where I show how I make it into waffles, but I prep it into waffles that I just have ready in the fridge for the week, and it's so good, quick and easy. Just satisfies that craving for pancakes and waffles when I have them. I actually prefer this one over the Kodiak mix. I've tried both, and I end up just going back to this one from Aldi. For the serving of about 4 pancakes, which is a half cup of dry mix, it's 5 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 220 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 36 carbs, 5 grams of fiber, 5 grams of sugar, and 15 grams of protein. And when I make them into waffles, I actually add egg in, which adds a little bit more protein. You could also do milk instead of water, which would make it even higher, but I just really like this as a nice breakfast option. I've also been having them for dessert too. I grabbed these sesame flatbread crackers. I thought they'd be really good for snack plates. They are 5 points for 3 of them, which seems pretty high, but they're kind of bigger crackers, so usually I'll just use them to spread some tuna on, and then with everything else on the snack plate, it's usually enough. For the serving of 3, it's 150 calories, 4 grams of fat, 26 carbs. It's got 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of protein. They had a couple other ones too. They had everything and rosemary, but I decided on sesame today. I grabbed some chips. So these are just sweet potato chips. They're 5 points for the serving of about 14 chips, and honestly, I just saw them and was really craving them. They're nice and salty and crunchy, and we've tried these before and really enjoyed them. For the serving of 14 chips, it's 150 calories, 9 grams of fat, 16 carbs. It's got 2 grams of fiber, 4 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. And it's one of those things that I like to have every now and then as a side with like a sandwich. Even sometimes when we have burgers, I kind of like to do a side of sweet potato chips like this. Kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you can get potato chips, but I really like these for the like crunchiness, sweetness, and saltiness of them. And even in like a snack mix mixed with some popcorn, it's nice to bulk them up that way. So I got these this time. And then of course, my favorite chips from Aldi and just ever, I would say. These are the sweet chili gluten-free brown rice crisps. For the serving of about 12 chips, it's 4 points on WeightWatchers. It's 140 calories, 7 grams of fat, 16 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. And I actually just finished a bag of these yesterday. They had so much seasoning on them. They're so good. And it's got a nice sweetness to it, but also just such good flavor. It's not spicy at all though, so I really like that about them. But I grabbed actually a couple bags of these today, and I just keep them in my pantry because I have this fear that they're gonna stop bringing them back to Aldi. There was a time before where people were saying they discontinued them, but luckily I haven't had that happen. They've been consistently at both Aldi locations we go to, and these are just always one of my favorites. If you're looking for a gluten-free option too, they are gluten-free. Then the last thing I got today, I really like these. They are Belgian butter almond thins, and they've got such a good buttery flavor to them. Sometimes I just have like 1 or 2 after I finish a meal. They're a point per cookie, so the serving is for 7 and it's 7 points. For that serving, it's 140 calories, 6 grams of fat, 20 carbs, 10 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. And these are also something I really like to crumble up onto my ice cream or like creamy bowls. Sometimes I've even added them to yogurt bowls as well. They have a really good sweetness to them, and I like how crunchy they are as well. So this is one of my favorite sweet treats from there. And that wraps up everything from today. I said we would try this really quick, and Adam's hovering because he heard me say that. We've got the fried pickle ranch dip. You heard me say that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I figured.
Wait until you got to your last couple things to kind of...
Let's actually just try it with these sweet potato chips.
Perfect.
So like I said, 2 points for 2 tablespoons. That's usually what we look for when we find dips. And I was saying I think this would be really good in a burger bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up.
Woo.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's definitely got a strong dill flavor, but really, really good.
That's very good.
And it does have kind of like a fried aftertaste. Like, not super strong, but it's really creamy. Its first ingredient is sour cream, and so that makes it really good. Yeah, it's got like a...
It's like light and fluffy too. It's not like super dense.
Yeah, it's really good. For 2 points too.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah, that'll be good in a burger bowl. But that wraps up everything that we got from Aldi today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.